Hey guys, so yes, I'm back again and I look exactly the way I did in the last video, but that's because I just moved 5 centimeters to my right because I wanted to get both of these reviews out and on time, and that's why I did them both at once. So this movie review is a movie review for the movie Butter, and that was a lot of movies in one sentence. So Butter, really weird title for a really I don't know if it's a weird movie, but it's a bit awkward maybe. Butter, if you don't know, is the story about basically two families. The wife of a very famous butter carver and this little 10-year-old girl called Destiny that is living at a foster house, like adoptive parents, and they compete to win this butter carving festival thingy challenge competition. I don't actually know what it's called, but they are battling to win that. And it's a movie where when you watch it, you're like, wait, that guy and that guy, wait, he's in this as well? He did that? And everybody does a really spectacular job. The best thing about this movie is definitely the acting. You have Jennifer Garner, who plays the main woman, I guess, the Mrs. Pickler, and she does a fantastic job of playing the neurotic housewife, and every time you see her you're just like, one of those women. Really, she is so annoying in the beginning of this movie, and the more that you get to know her and everything, you begin to like her more and more. But she plays this role delightfully annoying, if you can even call it that. Then you have the 10-year-old kid, Destiny, and even though it's a 10-year-old kid, she does a really well job because she's playing a kid that is being thrust into different families all the time and doesn't have a place to live. She doesn't know who her parents is. She doesn't know anything about herself. All she knows is that she wants to carve butter, and that's it. And you know, it doesn't maybe sound that complex, but she does a really good job doing it. And there are obviously a lot of different other characters. You have Ashley Greene, you have Olivia Wilde. Hugh Jackman pops into this movie and plays this stupid cowboy, and I was not prepared for Hugh Jackman in this movie, but he did a pretty good job with the limited role he had, as did all the characters. And together they just blend into this delightfully dysfunctional and awkward storyline. And I think that's basically the best way to describe this movie, is that it is delightfully awkward and dysfunctional, because there are just some moments where you are cringing and you cannot watch it because that's just too awkward. And then there are moments where you're laughing and it's hilarious and it's delightful and it's not too much. Again, the story, the plot isn't that good. You know, there isn't a whole lot of depth to it. But for me, it really worked, and I was actually surprised at how much I really liked this movie. I didn't think I was gonna like it just from reading different reviews of it and reading what it was about. But I ended up really liking it. It's not gonna be in my top picks, but it will definitely be something if you need to watch a feel-good, slightly awkward movie. I would definitely recommend this because you feel a bit warm around the little heart center in the end, and you really feel for Destiny, the little girl, and you genuinely care about a lot of the characters in this movie, and I really like that. It's definitely not a movie that I myself would have picked if I was just going on Netflix. I would probably just skip past it and be like, oh, that's one of those shitty movies. But it surprised me a lot, and I think if you just need a movie where you can just like take your brain and then put it away and then not care about a plot, this is definitely the movie for you. Again, plot is not interesting, but the characters do actually do a spectacular job with the roles that are given to them. For example, Olivia Wilde playing the whore stripper, whatever she's playing, and Kristen Schaal playing the delightfully awkward fan of the Picklers, and they just all do a really good job, and you feel for all the characters. I would recommend this movie, but don't take it too seriously. It is just a light-hearted comedy sort of movie. It doesn't have anything spectacularly new brought to the table, but it's a good movie. And if I had to rate it from 1 sexy fill to 10 sexy fills, I would probably give it like a 6. I think, yeah, like a 6, maybe a 6.5. Yeah, 6.5 sexy fills. Yeah, because that's gonna be my new scale in this. In rating movies, that's just going to be sexy fills. Sexy fills is just going to rate everything. So 6.5 sexy fills for Butter. Go see it if you have a night where you can't decide what to watch and you do have Netflix. Watch it, but just don't expect too much, because then you might be disappointed. Just expect to see a lot of delightfully awkward characters and storyline.